finally home. I'm almost done making dinner. I made it with a secret ingredient. I'll just pop this in the oven. Silly me. Here is your dinner, sweetheart. I hope you enjoy. And oop, no dinner for my big piggy self. I'll just have a cigarette, cut the calories. Oh, sweetie, you don't look so good. Do you need me to call the doctor? Maybe I should get some more. Why don't I get you a glass of water? Why women hate men. But mostly on the right, you see a lot of men saying, look at all these men hater women and bashing on them. And while I agree that we shouldn't hate on men, we need to understand, first of all, what is the critical difference between when a woman hates a man and when a man hates a woman? Because there is a difference. Women hater men are much different than men hater women. When men say they hate women, that means that they don't want to be around men. Maybe they're lesbian, maybe they're bi. They don't want to be around men, they don't want to talk to men, they want to stay as far away from men as they can. We're not trying to actively harm you. Women hating men don't hate women. They are obsessed with women. They hate that women won't give them everything that they want. They hate women because they think they're entitled to women. When a man hates women, they harass them, DM them, stalk them, kill them, rape. So when I say a man hater woman, I mean a woman who actively tries to detach herself from men. The lawnmower. Why did they have to cut the grass as soon as I started filming? La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. But a woman hater man is scary. A woman hater man is the kind of person who sends you death threats. A woman hater man is the kind of man who says they're going. Why does this exist? You might say it's feminism and hyper-independence, which yes it is, which we'll get into later in the video. But saying that's the only culprit is not true. The problem is we have a real problem of victimizing and oppressing women. Oh, wait guys, I'm getting a call. I hope this is a good call. Hello?
Little girl, you were supposed to be on our side. I think you were conservative. Oh. Little girl, you were supposed to be on our side. I think you were conservative.
Oh,
are you feminist? You freaking
Sorry, it was the red pillars. They were calling me a feminist. I am not a feminist, okay? Acknowledging that the reason why women hate men is because of the oppression that men do to women is not feminism. As a girl, when you see every day online of men gang raping women, of going to sites to learn how to their wives, girlfriends, and spouses, when companies invent stuff like the Ray-Ban glasses that can be used to film women and children without their consent, do you know how that makes us feel? We feel scared. I have never been hurt by a man, but I still feel scared when I'm walking alone on the street. I still feel scared even in a safe neighborhood. I feel nervous whenever there's a guy behind me. And I've never been hurt physically by a man before. It's because of globally, the amount of oppression and abuse that is done onto women is deeply ingrained in us, especially women of the West. Since the day we're born, we hear about how our grandmas couldn't get bank accounts and how they were beat by their husband every day and how they couldn't get help. So when we grow up, of course we want to be hyper independent because we learn that traditional roles and values will harm us. When we think of a traditional role, we think of the repressed housewife that I played in the beginning. When we think of traditional roles, we think of being beat by our husbands. Of course, this is not what gender roles should be. I love gender roles. I'm a very conservative person. I'm Muslim. But this is what a lot of modern women think of when we think of this, and it's not their fault. Because since we were born, we were taught about girl power and how our mothers and grandmothers and great-grandmothers have been oppressed by bad men. How our grandma's love story was her getting stalked by her science teacher when she was 12 years old, and as soon as she was 18, he married her. As women, it's so rare to feel truly safe with a man. We're not even safe from our own fathers. How many times online, how many times in the news do you hear own fathers rape daughters? Brother, your father, the one who was supposed to love you and take care of you, how many of them their daughters every day? Every day. So yes, I don't believe that we should hate men, But I understand where these women are coming from when they say, I hate men. Because it truly does feel like that from a woman's perspective. It feels scary. Which brings me into our next point, male loneliness. The male loneliness epidemic. A lot of men like to talk about this as if they are victims, and I do agree that it's a very sad thing. My heart goes out to every single man who has ever attempted suicide, who has ever gone through it because of this, and in no way am I trying to make fun of men. But can we be real for a second and ask, why are men lonely? Why don't women want to be with men anymore? Why don't women want to marry men anymore? It's because of how you guys act. You guys are cruel to us, you're mean. And why don't women want to be wives anymore? Why don't women want to be mothers anymore? Because it's such a burden to be it in 2026. If you want to be a mother in 2026, first of all, your husband probably wants to split the bills half and half. So you're going to have to work the whole time and raise the children. And of course your husband isn't going to help. The house and everything is a woman's job, which I agree with, but the workplace is not her job. So now the woman has to do both roles, the role of the man and the woman. She has to go to work. She has to provide for her kids. She has to take care of her kids. She has to bathe them. She literally gets no time. She has to give birth. She only gets like 2 weeks of maternity leave. With the Industrial Revolution and everything being so modernized, it has devalued the role of the wife and the role of the home caretaker. Because before, you couldn't get a loaf of bread from the grocery store. Now you can drive there in like 3 minutes, buy a loaf of bread for like $2. So the value of it has gone down. Our value is no longer what you can produce. Our value is how much you can earn. So the role of the wife and the home taker has become devalued because of how industrial everything has become. Now, that loaf of bread that a woman would make and would be praised for because, this is a very good thing to feed the house, make clothes, all these things, because they're so readily available now, it has taken away the value of the housewife. There's nannies, schools, grocery stores, clothing. So it's kind of got women out of their own market. And so men have now devalued the role of the housewife, even though it's still a very hard role, even with all these things. So even if a woman makes a clean house and a clean children and makes food and takes care of her family, it's not seen as valuable as making money. And then men wonder why we don't want to marry you. It's because you have degraded our role. You want us to be feminine. You want us to be housewives. You want us to go into our natural inclination. But when you do, you make fun of us. You make fun of anything little girls like. You make fun of anything women like. You make fun of us for taking care of the house. You make fun of us for not taking care of the house. You call us stupid if we only want to be a housewife. You call us liberal if we want to get educated. We really can't win. And you wonder why we don't like you. And especially because men, in a relationship sense, need women in an emotional way more than women need men. Because women have more intimate relationships with friends and family, our emotional needs are already taken care of. Whereas men don't have that kind of emotional connection, typically with their friends and family like women do. So they would usually get that emotional connection from their spouse. But because they don't have a spouse, they don't have that emotional connection anymore. Why is feminism so attractive to so many women? It is mostly not just because we're trying to be hyper independent. So many women want to tap into their femininity. So many women want to be taken care of and want to have the traditional roles. But we're scared of these traditional roles because historically, when we think of it, it comes with abuse and oppression and suffering. The reason why feminism is so attractive to women is because of you guys abusing us. It's because you guys bully us. It's because as a little girl, I was scared to like the color pink because I thought that would make me weak and stupid. Feminism does not exist without men. Feminism, I don't think, is the solution for anything, but we need to understand, why do so many women like it? It's because of you. Look in the mirror, brother. It's because of you. Why do you think you can't have a wife? Because online you're just calling them hoes. It shouldn't be the case, especially as Muslim men. You should be better. When I look at masculinity and femininity, I see both of them as caretaking roles. I see femininity as a caretaking role towards children and the elderly, and masculinity is a caretaker role for all of society. Masculinity is so very beautiful. The most masculine person, the most beautiful of examples, was the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, and his kindness was so beautiful, especially to women. Women are beneath you. And when I mean beneath you, I don't mean in status or anything bad. I mean beneath you, they don't have the same strength. Like a child is beneath me. Like, you bullying a woman as a man is just bully behavior, because she does not have the same capabilities as you. Is this in any way to degrade women? No, women are amazing. You clearly have more power over her, and you're abusing this power in such a disgusting way. One of the scariest and hardest rules in Islam is to be a leader, and every man of his household is a leader. And you will be questioned for the people that you led. You led with kindness, or if you were harsh, if you belittled every idea that she said. I think in this instance, our best example on how should we view the different genders is Aisha radiallahu anha. She did not see the gender divide like we do today. It is so divided between men and women, and I don't think that's how it should be. You are my brother and you are my sister. And besides gender is secondary. At first, we connect because we are Muslims. And Aisha radiallahu anha, she really knew this. She really knew that this is not what we should be fighting about. We should not be fighting about, I'm a woman, you're a man. Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, he, in a lot of feminist Muslim circles, is regarded as a bit misogynistic and stuff like that. And Aisha radiallahu anha, she did not see this gender divide. And they had, not disagreements, but she would correct him on hadiths that he got wrong or stuff like that. Some people might have seen them having like a tense relationship, but yet she still said, I want him to lead my janazah. Why is this? Because Aisha wanted us to be connected. Of course, keeping the bounds of Islam, but connected, that you are my brother and sister, and we shouldn't be fighting like, oh, you're the problem, you're a whore, oh, you're the problem, you're a misogynist. We shouldn't be like that. There's so much fighting between men and women, and it shouldn't be like that. It's not men against women. The first two people on earth were Adam and Hawa. Men and women complement each other in such a beautiful way. Partnership is such a beautiful thing. Husband and wife is such a beautiful thing. Men and women are beautiful together. Both have such beautiful attributes. I love femininity so much. It's so beautiful, and may Allah make me more feminine. And masculinity is such a beautiful trait. Honestly, I admire every man who is masculine. Both sides, a lot of women accuse men falsely of being misogynistic or hating all men as a blanket statement, which I don't think is right. But a lot of men are so cruel to women, especially in their words and judging and being so very degrading towards them. And you need to understand where these feminists are coming from. I don't like feminism at all, and I can make a video about that if you guys are interested. But you need to understand, why are they like this? Some men truly think that they are your Lord. Wallahi, I would only obey my husband because Allah told me to obey him. I obey Allah, not man. Allah is my creator. I obey my husband because he takes care of me. But it cannot be like you abuse me and hurt me and then you still expect me to obey. What are you talking about? So yeah, I think those are all my thoughts. I hope that was coherent. I don't really remember what I said. I kind of blacked out a little bit there. I hope my editing's getting a little better. Thank you guys so much. We're doing so good on subs. I really, really appreciate it. May Allah grant everyone who wants a husband or wife. And yeah, bye-bye.